Good morning, college football world. You are now tuned into the second ever episode of the Big SEC Show. We're recording on a gorgeous Tuesday morning in Illinois. It is not the great state of Illinois anymore. It's just Illinois. We have our host here, me, Richard Simpkins, and my boy Izz Lee over there wearing his Texas hat. We have a great second episode for you. We missed week 2, unfortunately. That's on me. I already apologized to Izz Lee. But we're back for week 3. We're going to talk about week 2. We're going to talk about what we think about week 2. We'll also touch on week 3 and see what we got. And then we'll go on and head over to the Degenerate Corner for your gambling needs. Okay, first, I'd like to start on week 2 and just give a recap to the people. This will be dropping on Wednesday, so right before week 3. So if you need a little recap, here you go. We had number 1 team in the country, Ohio. I'm not even saying Ohio State. Ohio, 70, Grambling 0. That was just a route. I don't like just a route. Number 2, Penn State, FIU. Penn State 34, FIU 0. LSU, number 3 in the land against Louisiana Tech. They won 23-7. We had Georgia. They won 28-6 against Austin Peay. Oregon in the Big Ten, 69-3 against Oklahoma State. An absolute rout. Texas beats San Jose State at home. Arch looking good. South Carolina beats South Carolina State 38-10. Then we got Illinois Duke, which I thought would be way closer. I'm not going to lie to you. It was close in the first half, but Illinois pulls away 45-19. Mississippi State beats ASU. Arizona State, 12th in the land, shocked them 24-20. Florida gets shocked at home as well against USF, who they paid $500,000 to come play football.
That being a shock should not be a shock to most people if you watched USF in week 1 and you're aware of who that quarterback is. That man guy is a dog.
That guy, but you still expected them to beat Florida in the swamp?
Yeah, I'm not big on Florida at all. They came in overrated to me. DJ didn't show enough as a freshman, and clearly DJ has not had the growth that they expected. I mean, 23 for 33, 222 yards, a TD, and an interception. He was the number 1 quarterback in the country coming out of Texas as a true freshman, and just
hasn't panned out.
I like DJ, personally. Good personality. I think he's a good kid, but he just hasn't made that jump yet, and I don't know.
Who knows? It might happen.
I don't know how long DJ is. DJ might have to be a transfer at some point and start over.
What did we see last night? What did we see last night with JJ McCarthy? He just all of a sudden turned it on. Maybe DJ can do that. Who knows?
I mean, if there's ever a time to turn it on, it's at home against USF when you're the top 15 ranked team and you're trying to make a playoff bid. Respectfully, if there's ever a time to turn it on.
Okay, so then we'll finish it out with an unfortunate result. Number 18, Oklahoma beats Michigan, 24-13. So we're just going to jump straight into Michigan, Oklahoma. Listen, it went as good as I thought it would. I honestly thought, unbiased, that Oklahoma would beat us by more than that, honestly. We did not look good on either side of the ball. Well, defense was okay. But the stats from that game, we had Bryce Underwood throwing 9 for 24, 142 yards, no tuds, no interceptions. I guess that's a positive, I guess. But he had a 40.2 QBR. John Mateer on the other side, 21-34, 270 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception, 79.2 QBR. He had 19 carries. A quarterback had 19 carries for 74 yards and 2 tuds. John Mateer, he can play. He can play. He proved it to me. He definitely proved it to me. He can play. He can pass. He can throw the rock, and he can run. He has really good running ability. Really good running ability, in my opinion. I thought he looked pretty good. What do you think, Izzy?
I thought he looked good. I think, obviously me. You've been on the Bryce train, and I would be too. He's got growing pains. That's his first.
For sure.
That's his first true road start. I don't think there's any need to look too far into it.
No. It's like it wasn't as much as Bryce. It was the play calling was terrible. Chip Lindsey.
They didn't get Bryce involved early enough, and like I think the biggest thing, which is funny because I always think that offensive coordinators at every level, high school, college, pros, they overthink it. If you've got a talent like Bryce and you know he's going to have to throw eventually, you get him in a rhythm early, whether that's swing past screens, a smoke screen, a tunnel screen, design dump offs to the running back, just short throws to get him in a rhythm early, especially on the road with him being 18 years old. And they didn't do a lot of that. I feel like you have to get a young quarterback in rhythm. And we've seen that the first 2-3 weeks, I feel like all over the place, like Ohio State, Texas, neither of the quarterbacks really got in a rhythm early at all. Both teams relied on trying to run the ball. I think the biggest thing when you have quarterbacks who are that young in those kind of atmospheres,
right?
Just quick first play of the game, give them a little pop screen to the outside. Just watch, like basketball. You played basketball. You got to watch the ball go through the hoop, and you get a little bit of confidence.
You need to get one through.
So using that, just get 1 or 2 quick completions on your first drive, and then that will help them step into some of the harder throws, and they have some kind of rhythm. And I feel like a lot of college coaches aren't doing that.
The thing is, though, Chip Lindsey has him running RPOs. Which were the timing?
Those are not RPOs, man. I
don't. No, there was quite a few RPOs during that game. I rewatched it. They
might have been designed RPOs, but boy,
it just didn't look good.
Bryce don't want to run that thing.
No, Bryce does not want to run it.
Seems like it's hey, you're getting the ball every time in the gut.
And
I don't know if that's a Bryce thing or a Chip thing.
If go watch Bryce Underwood's high school tape, the man runs the rock. Like he can run it.
It's a lot different when you're playing other guys who run 4.5s on the other side, though.
That's fine, but you gotta at least do something. He is a pocket passer. I can tell he's like comfortable.
He wants to definitely be a pocket guy.
But like to expand on the offense, Chip Lindsey. It wasn't even just Chip Lindsey. It was a mix of our offensive line got bullied. I was shocked how badly we got pushed around in the trenches on both sides of the ball.
And also, Michigan has a receiver problem this year.
And the only receiver that's even worth it, Samaj is really good. I love Samaj. But to me, he's like a gadget guy. He's not your number one receiver guy. He's not. Donovan McCulley, though, I think Donovan could be our wide receiver one. He had 3 catches, 91 yards. The longest catch was 44 yards. That was by far the most from any Michigan wide receiver. I think the next was like 40.
There was just no separation all game.
There never is, and we are not known for having elite wide receivers.
You guys need to find a Braylon Edwards somewhere in the senior class.
But like, man, it's crazy. Like
someone's gonna have to make a tough catch if they're not gonna scheme up any kind of separation for Bryce. You got to help your quarterback.
And that got exposed, bro, during Oklahoma. Like they stacked. Brent Venables, shout out to you, Brent. You called a great game on defense. He literally dared us, like, bro, beat me downfield. He's like, I'm going to stack the box, disguise this defense, and make you throw the ball downfield.
I was really surprised that it took till this year for Brent to take over calling defensive plays because he was a very good defensive play caller in his past.
Yeah,
so I was super surprised.
And he called a good game.
Especially, I'm surprised he didn't take over defense earlier last season when Oklahoma was struggling. Granted, they had injuries.
Do you know who their DC was last year?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember. I don't think he's there anymore because Oklahoma looked awful last year. But I mean, Brent's always been obviously I don't like Choklahoma. But Brent's a damn good defensive caller. I don't know how good of a head coach he is, but when it comes down to just defense,
he's pretty solid.
That's his specialty, man. He can scheme it up. He's good.
And
he's good.
And having Ben Arbuckle, goodness gracious, I can't talk. Ben Arbuckle coming over too with John Mateer, that's a beautiful mix. And that's why I was saying, man, I think Oklahoma can do some damage in the SEC this year. That might be a hot take.
I think they could be. They have a really hard schedule. That's the only thing that stops me from saying they're a playoff team. That schedule is tough, man.
And I just feel like they might pull a couple of those out, maybe 2.
They might not pull out enough. That's the only thing. They might have
3 losses on their schedule.
Yeah, but with the schedule they do have, depending on how chips fall, that might sneak them in as a 3-loss team, depending on what everyone else does. Because that schedule is insane. That schedule will look good at the end of the year if they're only a 3-loss team.
Every conference opponent that they have is ranked currently.
Every single one of them.
That's insane to me. That is insane. And I have to go back to to Michigan offense because I just remembered this. It drove me nuts. I think we ran the ball on 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, 2 or 3 times.
Didn't you guys punt from the Oklahoma 38?
Exactly the Oklahoma.
It was
38.
a 38, right? Yeah,
Dog.
That was crazy.
Okay, we got to let's finish out this Michigan Oklahoma game. So the other stats I had written down were Jay Knott that I thought was like, oh, is he? I don't know if he's still hurt, but whatever. He had 4 carries, 9 yards. I was like, oh, okay. Deion Burks though, oh my god,
boy, the hometown kid.
Why Michigan? Why did we not recruit this?
Didn't even look at him.
Like, not even interested in the kid. This kid hooped.
That kid was balling. He was killing
7 catches, 101 yards. He was killing us, man.
Anytime they needed a big throw, it seemed like it went his way.
I feel like we just couldn't get pressure to Mateer.
And he's so mobile, so if you did get any kind of pressure,
he's
maneuvered the pocket really well. Yeah, he was.
I feel like once our defense got 2 takeaways, and coming into this game, we had to win the turnover battle. We had to have things go our way to win this game. We had basically Oklahoma had to shoot themselves in the foot so many times that they couldn't walk for us to win that game. That was the only way we were winning that game. And I'm being an honest Michigan fan. I'm not being delusional like some Michigan fans.
I mean, yeah, because like the biggest thing when you look at the stats, I've got them pulled up here on my phone instead of my second monitor. I mean, Oklahoma had 2 turnovers, but the biggest difference to me, penalties were pretty even, but that 3rd down conversion percentage, 3 for 14 for Michigan compared to 9 for 17. I mean, that's 33% versus 55, 56.
And we also won the rushing battle. By quite a great margin. It was just the fact that
time of possession wasn't that far off either.
I think the difference was John Mateer and Deion Burks.
I mean, the biggest difference is that Michigan offense couldn't do anything.
That is true.
That offense, I mean, 288 yards. That's when you get 2 free possessions. That's rough.
That game was so hard to watch. I was just sitting there like, man, this is tough. And that's fine. That's fine. A lot of people are saying we're just 1 year away. So I'm just taking this season for what it is. Like,
it's a Bryce Underwood growth year.
Yeah,
sure.
Like it's going to be nice to see him grow throughout the year. Hopefully beat Ohio State. No, actually, I'm not saying hope. He will beat Ohio State. I can't wait for that. That's what I'm looking forward to now. There is some games I'm looking forward to. Michigan State, of course, little brother. Who else do we have? Nebraska. At Nebraska. I'm scared for that game.
I told you, watch out.
I'm scared.
Raiola was hooping this week.
And another thing, stuff keeps popping into my head about the Oklahoma game. Us missing Marlon Klein, our tight end, hurt really badly.
He didn't have his safety blanket.
Oh my God, that hurt so bad. Not having Marlon Klein, it hurt bad. You could tell it was a gaping hole. So we're gonna keep moving things along here. So after that Michigan Oklahoma game, the injury report came out. I did not get a chance to listen to Sharon Moore's presser. I'm lacking. I got to get on that. I'm gonna listen to that after we get done here. But the injury reports, we do have Gio El-Hadi on our offensive line. He's day-to-day currently. Hopefully he'll be back for Central Michigan. If not, he will be back for Nebraska, I hope. Marlon Clyde looks like he will play against Central Michigan. I love hearing that. And we'll also have him for Nebraska. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt against Central Michigan. I'm shocked he's not sitting that game. But Rod Moore, who has been out for a long while, he had a severe injury. He will most likely return against Central Michigan, which also shocked me. I would think that Sharon would, wait until we go to Nebraska to play him, but that's fine. Get him going. Get the rust off, and then keep it moving. But Sharon will be suspended, unfortunately, for those 2 games. Biff Poggi, I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. Probably not. He will be the head coach, the interim head coach for those games. Sharon won't be there. He is our associate head coach. He was a head coach at Charlotte for 2 years before coming over to Michigan. So hopefully he just said he's just going to steer the ship. He's going to let Chip do what he does. He's going to let Wink do what he does, and he's going to let him work. And then hopefully we can get some dubs until we get Sharon back. But that's enough about Michigan. Once again, to recap, very disappointing loss. 24-13, I believe the score was. Don't have it in front of me. We got a lot of work to do. Okay, so Izz Lee, we'll go on a positive note. Your team won. Let's talk about Texas. I want to know what you thought about during that game, because me and you were watching it together. You said Arch was looking pretty. Actually, I was watching a different game. I had like 4 games on at one time. And you were telling me Arch was looking really good. So I'm curious to see what you thought and like what you saw during that game.
Biggest takeaway obviously is Texas getting the win against an opponent they should beat 10 out of 10 times. So that was good after what we saw at Ohio State. Rough game from both sides, so it was good to see the team kind of back. We honestly had a pretty slow start. I believe we opened that game up with a punt. I don't think it was quite a 3-and-out, but after a little bit of a slow start, kind of feeling it out. I mean, there was a point Arch threw 4 touchdowns in 6 minutes of game time, I believe. So that was a real positive note. But then after that, I mean, I don't know if Sark got conservative because he kind of knew, all right, Arch has, Arch got 4 touchdowns and real quick. So that little period looked very positive. It shows how explosive the offense can be and how good the defense can be at forcing turnovers. I believe we forced back-to-back turnovers that came into that 5-minute stretch. Arch missed a couple passes again. I think it's just kind of mechanics a little bit. It looks like his feet aren't set. His arm angle, which people were worried about week 1, kind of trailed in a little bit. But I mean, he went 19 for 30, 4 touchdowns. He did throw a bonehead red zone interception. That was after the 4 touchdown streak. And I think that was a little heat check from Arch.
Yeah,
he got some pressure on him, and he saw a target that he liked, so he kind of threw one up. Obviously, we can't have that when we get in the SEC play. No. You don't want to say you can get away with it against San Jose State because you don't want to make it a habit. But I don't really look too far into that because you know how Sark's meticulous. He's really fine print. He doesn't want stuff like that happening against whoever it is, no matter what the score. So I think he'll iron that out. But I don't look anything past it other than kind of like a heat check in basketball. I'm getting pressure on ball and let me throw one up and let my player make a play.
Right.
Rushing wise, I thought we looked good. We held out Wisner. There was a random rumor before the game that he was going to be suspended, but I guess he's dealing with an injury. It's not really looking like he's going to play this Saturday against UTEP, which he doesn't need to. We have Christian Clark. We have Wisner. We have Christian Clark, CJ Baxter. I mean, we got a deep running back room, so we don't really need him to play. Honestly, we could sit him out till we play Florida because we have UTEP and then another one and then a bye week. So honestly, if Wisner's not up to speed, I don't mind him not playing. Yeah. The biggest bright spot I saw, there's one on defense, was everyone was running to the ball. What's his name? Eget, I think, is the San Jose State. That kid's got a little bit of an arm on him. He was throwing well. He was really hitting the middle of the field. We gave up more passing yards than I would have liked, but I think
wasn't there like some insane catch?
Yeah, it got called back, but it was.
Oh, it got called back?
Dude, it was disgusting. I tweeted out like in all caps, "Catch of the decade." Like it was.
I did see you tweet.
It was disgusting.
Also, by the way, our Twitter socials will be down at the bottom. Go ahead and drop us a follow. And at this point, I might as well say, if you're listening, you got this far, go ahead and just drop a sub down below. It's free. It's easy to do. It doesn't hurt nobody, but it helps us. So again, go ahead, drop a sub. Go ahead, follow us on X. I still call it Twitter, but I'm sorry to interrupt. Keep going.
Yeah, I mean, not a whole lot for me to go crazy on.
Yeah,
but rushing attack was pretty consistent. My biggest concern, though, there's something going on with Arch and Wingo because they have no chemistry right now, which is wild because when Arch played last year, him and Wingo were dialed in the 2 or 3 games that Arch did start for us while Ewers was hurt. Yeah. Him and Wingo had great chemistry. I mean, week 1 against Ohio State, he missed Wingo 2 or 3 times, maybe even 4. This week, he hit Wingo in the hands on, I think, a shallow, maybe a not quite a deep crosser, hit him in the hands, completely missed it. Wingo and him just aren't on the same page, and Wingo's supposed to be the number 1 guy, but Parker Livingstone, he caught a 65, 70-yard wheel route, but Wingo did have a good block downfield on that safety to spring it to make sure he got in the red zone. So Wingo's effort is there. I think those boys just need a little bit more work and practice during the week to get that chemistry back, because Wingo's definitely playing hard. He just isn't quite making the plays just yet, but I think that will come. I mean, Wingo's a 5-star. He's one of the fastest players in the country. As long as they keep putting in work, they'll be all right. Colin Simmons, I want to say, he went down in the second half, but the good thing was he was taking pictures with fans. He said he gave a thumbs up to an ESPN reporter. So, I mean, maybe he plays this week. Maybe he doesn't. He said he was fine, but with, maybe he dresses and gets limited snaps, but we don't really have to push any of these guys against UTEP. No. It's really not necessary. Get these guys healthy for conference play if they are a little banged up. So I hope Sark's smart with that one. And then the last thing I want to say about Texas, because, I mean, it was 38-7. Arch had 5 TDs. People are going to nitpick everything Arch does because his last name's Manning. He played a good game, I think. I think he was much improved, and he got some of the jitters out, and he's still going to get better going forward as a starter and working with the pressure. But people were running with a Twitter video or a picture of him wincing when he threw and saying his shoulder was hurt.
Yeah, I saw that.
He did that last year too, and he wasn't hurt. And he missed that throw. So I think it's probably just a knee-jerk reaction where the ball didn't get out of his hands the way he wanted it, because he made plenty of throws where he didn't make a face. I think people are looking too far into it and just want to nitpick why some of his throws are a little off and say Twitter, it's an injury. Bro. Yeah, it's just the Twitter. It's the Twitter arm coaches. Sark had a presser where he was like, they were like, it looks like he's wincing and in pain. And Sark said, did Arch tell you that?
Yeah, I saw that. I was dying laughing. He was looking like, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah, so, I mean, I wouldn't, he's not on any injury report. I think he's fine. I think he's fine. People are looking into it too much just because they want a story out of Texas and Arch.
And I agree with that. But
yeah, I wouldn't look too far into that as a Texas fan. Until he's on an injury report or he's clearly just grimacing in pain during a game, I'm not thinking twice about that. Yeah, not thinking twice about it. So that's all I got for Texas. I mean, we handled business. Arch had a good game. Granted, he 19 for 30 isn't great for completion percentage. He missed a couple of throws, but I mean, you can't argue with 5 touchdowns and a 38-7 win. No matter who you're playing. I'm not gonna.
If I was Sark, I wouldn't be disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, our third down percentage was still pretty lackluster. I know, but it's 2 games in.
I think he's just getting started, bro. He's just knocking the rust.
I mean, like I said, we still got 2 more games to tune up and a bye week before we go to the swamp. So I'm not worried about Texas right now. They're going to take care of business, stay healthy, leave with wins, get the confidence up, take that bye week, make sure everyone's healthy, and let's get into conference play. There's nothing to get too excited over.
And that's when it gets interesting. You know what we forgot to do? We forgot to go over the new AP. Some people were kind of outraged about it that I've been seeing on the godforsaken X app. But we have Ohio coming in at number 1, Penn State number 2, LSU coming in at number 3. Those stayed the same. We have Oregon now at number 4. They moved up 2 spots. Number 5, Miami, they stayed the same. Georgia drops 2 spots. They are now 6. Texas stays the same at 7. Notre Dame moves up a spot. Haven't won a game yet in college football, but they move up a spot, and they're number 8 in the country. Illinois, 2-0. They move up 2 spots. Good for you guys. That's the highest I've seen Illinois since I don't remember when.
What, Juice Williams days with the Rose Bowl?
Exactly, Juice. That's how long ago that was. What, 07?
I was in junior high or early high school.
I'm pretty sure I was in grade school.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And then they beat Ohio that year. Good for you, Illinois. I don't like you guys as fans, especially you basketball fans. I hate you guys. But good for you guys. You guys deserve it.
And it's a home state, and I have no Big Ten partial bias. So shout out to U of I, man.
I don't care if it's the home state, brother. I hate
See, I got nothing for him.
Illinois.
I don't like any Midwest schools.
I will never ever again attend a basketball game in Champaign at State Farm Center. Actually, I'm lying. I'm probably going to go this year. But they're just hostile. It's a good environment to go. Number 10, Florida State. They moved up 4 spots. Good for them. Number 11, South Carolina. They moved down 1 spot. Clemson moves down 4 spots after their loss. They are now 12th. Oklahoma moves up 5 spots. They're 13th.
Clemson won this week.
Oh, I'm thinking of week 1, huh?
Week 1 they lost.
They played a cupcake this week, no?
And they struggled.
Yeah. It was Troy, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Troy because you're like Troy's beating Clemson right now.
Yeah, we'll go over this top 25 and then I'll interject a little bit on some stuff.
Okay. I left off with number 14 Iowa State, who beat Iowa. That was a great game. They move up 2 spots. Tennessee is up 7 spots after their win. Texas A&M up 3 after theirs. Ole Miss is up 3 spots at number 17. USF comes in at number 18, which a lot of people think is very low, which people think is really low for them. Utah skipped Alabama because who cares about Alabama anymore? Alabama is now number 19th in the country. They moved up 2 spots. Utah is up 5 spots. They're now at 20. Texas Tech is 21, up 3 spots. Indiana 2-0. 22 in the Big Ten. They are up 1 spot from where they were last week. In Michigan, my team drops 8 spots after our loss to Oklahoma. We're now 23rd in the country. And to top off the top 25, we have Auburn and Missouri.
So talking about the top 25 in the AP poll, I was kind of surprised to see Oregon not hop LSU. And it's just because, granted, I know LSU has the Clemson win week 1, but did we all watch that game versus Louisiana Tech, or was it just me?
I did not watch that one.
Because it was 23-7.
They struggled?
At home. At one point, granted, they handled them all game. I mean, the closest the game got was 20-7. But at one point, we thought Nussmeier was the number one pick. 26 for 41, 237, 1 TD and an interception.
They threw the ball 41 times?
41 times. LSU really wasn't impressive to me. Obviously, that week 1 win is carrying them to being in the spot that they were.
Yeah, for sure.
But, I mean, Oregon has been bullying. Granted, they're not playing anybody.
I know, but Oklahoma State could be.
Oklahoma State's not good. Oklahoma and Gundy they're not good. I still watch a lot of the old Big 12 because Texas. I've watched Big 12. Oklahoma State's a very bad team. But Oregon's been putting belt to ass. So I was kind of surprised that LSU stayed at 3. Georgia, we need to talk about Georgia.
Yeah, that was kind of scary.
45-7 against Marshall. It looked good, but they're playing Austin Peay at home. And at one point, that game was 21-6. I know it was late in the third or middle of the third, but Gunnar Stockton, he's not selling it for me. They let Carson Beck walk away because they think they have something with Gunnar. I don't think Gunner's been playing that well. Granted, 26 for 34, 227, not terrible numbers, don't get me wrong.
I feel like on a team like Austin Peay should be putting up more than 28.
I mean, and then against Marshall, 14 for 24. Granted, he did have 2 TDs and no interceptions, but they're just not looking like the dominant Georgia that we know. Obviously, that team's super talented, and they could turn that around at any point. And it's early in the season, but I'm not really sold on Georgia yet. I mean, we've seen a lot of the the super talented teams that we know are powerhouses kind of struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we look at Georgia not barely scraping by, but Austin Peay should not be fighting with them. That's a team that last year's Georgia team beat 63-7.
And this is my early prediction. I just feel like Tennessee is going to beat Georgia.
But that's a team they beat 63-7 last year. And that's not overdoing it. Like that's the team that Georgia just smacks consistently. And then you go to South Carolina, who moved down a spot. I mean, they played Virginia Tech week 1, and it was 24-11. Sellers looked good, but then it took them a 21-point explosion in the third to look like they were finally running away from South Carolina State,
which is insane.
It's 38-10, and Sellers was 11 for 19, 128, one TD.
Izzy, it was kind of a weird week.
Like, none of the top teams blew me. A lot of the top teams didn't blow me away. Like, their leading rusher was Howell, who had 7 carries for 30 rushing yards. I mean, you look at it and you see the stats, and you kind of wonder how South Carolina State didn't keep the game closer. Because South Carolina's offense did not impress at all.
And looking at Mississippi State, Arizona State,
they got outgained by South Carolina State.
Did you say they outgained?
South Carolina State outgained them 270-253. South Carolina State had 1 turnover to South Carolina 0. It was 16-13 in first downs. Penalties were pretty close. South Carolina was 3 for 12 on third down,
and
they
score
lost
doesn't reflect the stats at all.
No, and obviously you can look at box score, but if South Carolina doesn't have 2 punt returns, we're looking at a 24-10 game against South Carolina State. Like, special teams put it on their back, and they had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Like, those are 21 points, not from your offense. You only got 17 points from your offense.
That's insane.
Technically 14 if you want to call the field goal. But, like, South Carolina really didn't look that good offensively. If special teams doesn't show up, they're looking like they're in a dogfight against South Carolina State, man.
Yeah, that's insane.
It just was not a good game from them at all. I'm not crazy on saying USF should be higher. There's no reason Boise State, the one-man show, should have ever been in the top 25, if you ask me. No. They were still riding the Genty hype. And
for sure.
Because Madsen, their quarterback's not great to me. He wasn't good last year.
He just had a beast to hand the ball off.
Yeah, so I think Boise State was overrated coming to the year. I also think Florida was overhyped coming into the year. There's no reason Florida should have been a top 15 team at that point.
And
I believe they were 13.
They were 13, I believe, and now they are only receiving 70 votes. Arizona State's receiving more votes, BYU, Georgia Tech.
I mean, yeah, I haven't been big on the Florida hype. So, I mean, I'm not mad at USF being in the top 20, but anyone saying just because they have 2 ranked wins, which
somebody said top 5. I said what?
Yeah, USF. I mean, they got a big game against Miami. We got to see how they perform there to see if they're. I think they get smacked against Miami.
I can't see USF beating anybody in the top 10.
No, I don't. The call for them being the top 10
team is top insane. 15. I don't see them beating any of those teams.
They could probably beat Iowa State.
Cap. Iowa State's they're good.
I mean, they barely beat Iowa, who has the most anemic offense in the country.
It's a rivalry game, bro.
But Iowa State still is not an explosive team.
I believe in you, Rocco.
Kansas State.
I believe in you,
really,
Rocco.
Kansas State, they won by 3. Kansas State looks like hell.
They have a Heisman kind of looking quarterback. I'm capping. I'm lying my butt. Who? I couldn't even lie correctly, bro. I was trying to cap. I was trying to lie, but I couldn't even get it off. You talking
about Kansas State and Avery Johnson?
I was trying to get it off. I couldn't get it off. I couldn't even get it off.
I mean, Iowa State, just the teams they've played, I don't think they're going to be in the top 15 very long. They don't do it for me. They just don't have the talent for it. Granted, they're in the Big 12, so maybe they string along, and their schedule looks good, but they're just not a top 10 team.
Do you think do you think Michigan deserved to get dropped 8 spots?
I think Michigan deserved to barely hang on to a top 25. Yeah, that offense looked terrible.
It did.
It was atrocious.
It was really bad.
It was atrocious. You guys beat University of New Mexico by 17 at home.
It just gave me vibes of
and
last
then got
year,
destroyed.
man. It just gave me.
It looked like last year's Michigan. Yeah, it just was a terrible offensive game plan.
Undisciplined. They looked. It just. I don't know if I was telling you this. It just doesn't feel like the Michigan teams we're used to, like those Jim Harbaugh teams. Like
Jim Harbaugh ain't walking through that door, dog.
And I see on the godforsaken app of X, people are already calling for like, yo, Sharon Moore, gotta go. He's not establishing a good culture. These kids are undisciplined. They're this, they're that. I feel like he connects with those kids very well.
He's a player's coach. You don't get rid of that yet.
But
that's way too early to call for the man's job. Like, what?
But I also do see the undiscipline on the field. Like, I don't know. I something feels completely different about this Sharon Moore era, which I guess should feel different. It's a whole new head coach, whole new coaching staff. But it just doesn't feel like Michigan to me.
You can call them undisciplined. They only had 3 penalties for 32 yards.
That's fair, but
some of that I think there's the difference, and he doesn't call offense, so you can't. You got to put that a little bit on Chip. I mean, it's execution. You know, you got to put. I just don't like the play calling.
Do you think we look? Do you think we look prepared for that game? I don't think we did.
Your defense looked prepared. I mean,
our offense.
Mateer made plays, man. I mean, a rushing quarterback.
Our offense did their job. They won the turnover battle. They did their best. They held them. They won the turnover battle.
You said your offense did their job.
Oh, I meant the defense.
I was like, no, they did not.
Well, we held Oklahoma to 24, and that's a pretty good offense this year with Ben Arbuckle calling the shots and John Mateer running the helmet. So I thought the defense did their job.
Your offense is terrible. Chip's gotta lock it in.
And it starts with the offensive line. The offensive line got bullied, and that's not Michigan like. That's not award-winning lines like we had in the past. But let's keep moving on here. Do you have any more thoughts on the AP Top 25?
AP Top 25 is pretty solid. I'm not mad at it either way. I think maybe, honestly, looking at it, I don't really see where I would move anyone up or down. I think it's pretty good. Like I said, I thought maybe Oregon might jump all the way up to 3 just because of LSU's performance this past week. I'm still not sure how I feel about Florida State yet.
I honestly don't know how I feel about Illinois.
Because I don't know how I feel about Alabama yet.
Definitely don't know how to feel about Alabama yet.
So those are 2 teams. Like, Florida State wasn't ranked at all. Mm-hmm. And then they jumped up very high after they did put a hurting on Bama. But then, they beat Eastern Texas A&M, who cares?
Who? Who?
So I think it might be a little jump of the gun for the Seminoles. But, I mean, in the next 6 weeks, we're going to see if Florida State's actually back. But, I mean, they play first Kent. That should be a dub. They go at Virginia, should be a dub. Then they finally have another hard game, but they're at home against Miami. We all know how that rivalry goes. And we'll learn a lot about Miami this week against USF. Then they're home at Pitt, at Stanford, first week, and then at Clemson. So, I mean, they don't really have a lot on their schedule because the ACC's pretty weak, in my opinion.
Here, I need your thoughts on this. I need your thoughts on I wish I could cuss. I need your thoughts on Illinois. I really do. I want you to listen to the schedule. They're number 9 in the country. They just beat Duke. They play Western Michigan, right? Then they go to Indiana. Then they play USC at home. Then they go to Purdue, Ohio State at home. Then they go to Seattle to see Washington. Play Rutgers at home, Maryland, Wisconsin, Northwestern. They're number 9 in the country.
Illinois is a 1-loss team in the regular season.
Some people are saying they could beat Ohio State.
That home field crowd in Champaign better be booming.
It's sold out already.
But I think they're a 1-loss team, and it's only to Ohio State. If that game
you
against
think they beat USC?
Yeah, if that game was
Indiana,
if that game was at the Coliseum, I might lean towards USC. I'm also, I don't think Indiana's.
I don't think Indiana's all like. I don't think they were what they were last year.
I mean, they beat Old Dominion. They beat Old Dominion by 13.
And I watched that game, brother. They were struggling.
And then they beat Kennesaw State, who's pretty new to D1 football. So, like, that's one of the worst teams in FBS.
I don't
think Indiana's a top 25 team.
I don't either. I don't either. They took
That's
a step
why
back from last year.
I really don't see U of I returned like 19 out of 22 starters or something ridiculous.
I believe
like
it was
that.
8. It was like 18.
Yeah.
With
So
most
I mean,
important Altmaier, who's been there for 3 years now.
They finished last year as what, a top 15 team, I think.
Yeah, beat South Carolina in their bowl game.
So I mean, U of I, like, don't sleep, man. U of I is a pretty good team. Like, experience goes a long way in college football.
Illinois fans, listen, I ain't rooting for y'all. I hope you lose every single game.
I honestly think they're a one-loss team. The schedule is very favorable. Maybe they drop the USC game, but I mean, I only see them being a 1 or 2 loss team in the regular season.
Yeah, I don't see them losing to Wisconsin, Northwestern.
No, there's not a lot of games they're gonna, like, looking at their schedule. They shouldn't lose more than 1 or 2 regular season games.
I'm calling my shot right now. Maryland beats them at home. They beat Rutgers. They beat Washington. They lose to Ohio. They beat Purdue. Maryland.
The team that could barely beat Northern Illinois last week.
I'm calling it right now. Northern Illinois beat Notre Dame last year. Doesn't care. Doesn't matter. Any given Saturday or Friday or whatever day.
You can't just call upsets just because of feelings.
I'm calling that one. Screw Illinois.
Yeah, there we go. We're supposed to be an unbiased podcast. Rich.
Your fans left a sour. You guys.
You're being biased.
I'm sorry. Have you met an Illinois fan that is just like diehard Illinois?
We are from Illinois. Everyone's an Illinois fan.
And aren't they annoying?
They're not as bad as some other fan groups that I won't name.
Say Michigan. I will. There's that video going around about like Michigan fans being a cult, and I heard it so many times. Like, so many people played for me at work. Illinois fans are worse.
You guys have been pretty bad.
Illinois hasn't won anything. And
Rich, you signed Bryce Underwood and told me he was the second coming of Christ immediately.
Stop.
Like, you got to pump the brakes.
Izz Lee, why are you putting me out there like that?
Because
I did not say that. I did not say that. I did not say that.
I have to reel the bias back a little bit. You said Michigan was back.
We are back next year.
They don't look like it.
Next year, we'll be back.
That ain't being back. Listen,
we're going to attack the portal.
Listen, I'm a portal. Who wants to go to Ann Arbor?
Excuse me?
Who wants to go to Ann Arbor?
What do you mean who wants to go to Ann Arbor? You going to get this bread and you going to come to Ann Arbor? What are you talking about?
Yeah, okay. Listen. If Texas targets someone that Michigan targets, guess where they go every time?
Cap. That's a lie.
You go to Austin and get a Ferrari. You go to Michigan and get a winter coat.
I have no words for you. Where is
you go to Austin and get a Ferrari? You go get a winter coat. You go get a Pelly. You go get a fur. And they tell you good luck off the lake.
It's a Montclair though, so it don't matter.
You got a Ferrari and a T-shirt if you want to come live down in Texas.
I saw that video. They had all the Ferraris on the field. I'm like, dog, these kids are living the life.
Yeah,
they're living the life. You're on campus. If you even go to class, if you even have in-class classes, driving to my class in my Ferrari.
It's different.
And probably got VVS's on, chains on.
It's different. You saw why? Did you see
all
designer? On the sideline? He was the chain holder. They had Spinner VVS diamond out.
Like what?
It's different. It's different.
We're in a whole new era, folks. This is insane. I remember when a mug can't even get a cheeseburger from somebody.
Ohio State players own their jerseys and couldn't get tattoos using them.
Like, come on, man.
Like, what? And now we got boys blinged out. Come get this Ferrari.
Making millions in college.
Get this Ferrari, dog.
They're making more than some NFL players.
Come get this Ferrari and come put this burnt orange on.
I sure would be like,
I'm going to Texas to be a third string.
If they did that on my visit to Texas, like Ferraris on the field, I'd be like, oh, ain't no other school did this.
Let me get my little 500.
Is there another school that would do Texas? I feel like the Texas Tech would do that.
I mean, Tech paid how much for that 5-star tackle?
Yeah, I feel like Tech does that. I feel like
Tech balling out. Tech balling out, boy.
I feel like USC would do something like that. Not as crazy, but you're in SoCal, so
Tech balling out, boy. Tech is putting out
Texas A&M too. I see them doing that too. Oh, you Texas schools
because they got that oil money, boy. Like, what are we talking about?
You got high school football stadiums that are bigger than some colleges. Like, what are we doing
for Texas high school stadiums?
That's
like,
insane
come on now.
to me.
It's Texas football.
Okay, so we're gonna move on. I apologize. We got off track there a little bit, which is fine. Good banter. We're going to talk about the upcoming slates for week 3, give you our predictions, and then we'll head on over to the Degenerate Corner for a little bit and get you a little something to put in your pocket, hopefully. So we're going to start. I'll start with the Big Ten really quick. There's not really any big games, which is okay. It's football. I'm still watching. So,
and it's only week 3.
Exactly. I'm not complaining at all. We got Indiana State, Indiana. It's in Bloomington, Indiana. It's on Big Ten Network. I might watch that game. I don't know. UCLA, New Mexico. I have yet to get to check out Nico at UCLA.
So you ain't seen Nico?
No, is he bad?
Hey, do me a quick solid. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go look up what he put up this weekend. Please go look at Nico's stats. Go look at the UCLA game.
Well, let's pull it up. Was it that bad?
You are in for a treat. Go look at Nico.
I saw like a clip on Twitter saying something about him.
Nico left bad. Tennessee, and UCLA paid him his little couple.
Oh, they lost to UNLV, huh?
Boy, Nico.
Why did I not have that written down?
Pack of ass.
UCLA and also this is like kind of not.
Nico's got the biggest fumble in NIL history.
Hold on. Alex Orji out for the season, announced for a hamstring and knee injuries. Former Michigan quarterback, so I hope he rests up and recovers quickly because I was sad to hear that. Actually, I was actually sad to hear that. But now we're looking at the UCLA UNLV game. They're now 0-2. Nico threw 29 of 41, 255 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception, 74.8 QBR. He had 11 carries for 59 yards, 1 touchdown.
You need to go see.
Do I just need to watch the film? Because
you need to go watch that film.
That doesn't sound god awful. This doesn't sound like god awful stats.
Bad.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Bad. UCLA gave him all that money, and he left Tennessee over a dispute to be 0-2.
Okay, so Utah cleaned him, but I think Utah against Utah he played pretty bad, right? It was 11 for 22, 136. I remember seeing that.
Nico is not good. He fumbled himself.
So they play New Mexico. So what you think? We played New Mexico. Watching New Mexico play us, you think they got a chance?
Boy, the way UCLA is playing as a whole, they might start out 0-3, and Nico might have to join the bloodline after this season.
Not the bloodline. Him and Tua got to join the bloodline, huh?
They both might have to be throwing their ones up. They need to go help out. They need to go help out Solo. Because boy, the way those two are looking. Hawaiian quarterbacks down bad.
The stock for Hawaiian quarterbacks is going down. I repeat, the stocks for Hawaiian quarterbacks are going down.
If they're a 5-star from Hawaii, they a 3-star in the States. Don't sign them.
All right, moving on with the schedule. So I think Indiana beats Indiana State. I feel like it'll be close between UCLA and New Mexico, but I feel like UCLA wins that. Nebraska plays Houston Christian in Lincoln. Nebraska wins that game. It's on FS1. We have Wisconsin, Alabama. That's going to be actually, after seeing Alabama, I don't know. Alabama, Wisconsin in Tuscaloosa on ESPN or ABC. Michigan, Central Michigan, 11 p.m. kickoff. All these that I mentioned before. There are, I read 2 Friday games. There was 2 Friday games on the 12th. It was Indiana, Indiana State, UCLA, New Mexico. The rest are here on Saturday. We are at Michigan, Central Michigan at the Big House, 11 p.m. Excuse me, not 11 p.m., 11 a.m. kickoff on Big Ten Network. Got Michigan in that game, obviously. Maryland versus Townsend at College Park in Maryland on Peacock, 11 a.m. kickoff. Northwestern in Oregon in Evanston, Illinois, so at Northwestern on Fox. That is also 11 a.m. kickoff. Now we're going to the 2:30 slate. We have USC versus Purdue in West Lafayette, Indiana. That's going to be on CBS. Youngstown State from the MVC. They are going to be playing Michigan State 2:30 at Michigan State. Big Ten Network will be televising that. Norfolk State heads over to New Jersey to play Rutgers at 2:30 on Big Ten Network as well. Villanova heads over to State College to take on Penn State at 2:30 on FS1. Ohio will go and travel to Ohio State and Columbus. That game will be at 6 o'clock and it will be on Peacock. We also have Illinois versus Western Michigan in Urbana. That's going to be on FS1 at 6 o'clock. Massachusetts plays Iowa, 6:30 kickoff. That's in Iowa City. We have that on the Big Ten Network. Minnesota and Cal and Berkeley on ESPN. I feel like Cal's definitely winning that game. Oregon and Oregon State, in-state rivals, but it's not going to be close. Oregon by 1 million. 2 p.m. kickoff. That is the following week. I'm going too far. That's the following week. So Minnesota Cal is the last game of the day at 9:30 p.m. since they will be playing in Berkeley. That will be the last game of the day on Saturday on ESPN. So all these games are pretty lopsided, so there's no point of even picking who's going to win. The only game I have circled maybe is Alabama Wisconsin, and that's about it. I'm definitely watching Minnesota Cal, but other than that, dog, there's not much going on this weekend in the Big Ten. So now, having that said, we have looked over the Big Ten, or I'm going to throw it over to Isaiah, who handles the Big Ten, the SEC, obviously, with the hat on. So what do you see on the schedule? Is there any games you got circled? Anything you want to expand on this week's slate for the SEC?
Well, other than the Big Ten, who decides not to play anybody most of the time and early on in the season, outside of Ohio State or your offhand Michigan game, we actually have an exciting week 3 over in the SEC, and we have exciting weeks in the SEC every week, unlike certain conferences.
It's not every week.
Sure. But we've got Wisconsin, Alabama. That is in Tuscaloosa. I've got Alabama doing that one. I think the taste in their mouth from that loss from Florida State, the way that they looked last week, I think it woke them up. I mean, they won 70-0 or 70-3 or something like that. I think maybe if it's not even DeBoer, I think the players are pretty lit up about it, and they're going to go out and handle business. I think it's the player culture that's still there for Bama, because they still got some of the Saban boys around to keep their head on track. I think they wash Wisconsin. Oklahoma versus Temple, that will be over in Philly. Oklahoma is going to win that game. We've got Southern Alabama going to Auburn. I'm going to take War Eagle on that one. One of the 3 big games I think we should be looking at in the SEC, we've got Georgia versus Tennessee. And Georgia is on the road. I know I said earlier I haven't been impressed by Georgia lately. Rocky Top have been looking pretty solid, pretty good. But at the end of the day, it's the end of the day. And until Georgia shows me they can't win those big games, I'm picking Georgia in this game. There's too much talent, too many 5-stars. I know Tennessee's program has been on the upswing the last 2-3 years, but I don't think they can out-coach Kirby Smart yet, and I don't think they can out-physical and out-talent Georgia just yet. They are on the upswing, so if there is an upset there, I would be a little surprised, but it's also, they get it rocking in Knoxville. So they come out to a hot. If they get out to a hot start, they could really rattle Gunner Stockton. I know Gunner played in the SEC game, so he's got a little experience in big games, but I'm still riding with Georgia until they show me otherwise. It's just Kirby Smart's got a crazy thing going in Georgia still. So until they fall off and show me they can't do it, I'm picking Georgia. We got Louisiana Lafayette traveling to Missouri. I'm going to pick Missouri there. Okay. UTEP comes to the 40 acres of Texas. Obviously, I'm taking Texas in that game. Alcorn State travels to Mississippi State, who is coming off a huge win for that program, beating Arizona State. I'm going to go with Mississippi State. Of course, they're at home. Arkansas versus Ole Miss, and it's in Mississippi. I'm very intrigued off of this game.
You really going to take
If
Arkansas?
You have not seen Talon Green play yet, that man has, I believe, 10 touchdowns in the first 2 weeks.
Oh,
he was good last year. Like he, maybe not great, but you could see the upside of what he had going on. He's extremely mobile. That kid is hard to tackle. He's one of my top 5 to 10 mobile quarterbacks in the country right now. I was real big on him last year. He's only gotten better. I'm picking the upset. Ole Miss hasn't exactly blown me away yet. I mean, their quarterback Simmons had 2 awful interceptions against Kentucky. Like, if Kentucky played a clean game, they would have lost that game to Kentucky this weekend.
I know Lane Kiffin missing Jackson Dart.
Boy, because Simmons came out and threw 2 terrible interceptions against Kentucky. Awful.
And Kentucky is not a good football team.
They're not, and they don't have a number 1 receiver down in Ole Miss. I mean, they lost Trey Harris. They just don't have a receiving core. The running game hasn't got really started the way you would think.
Come on, Lane, get them together.
I think there's a real chance that Arkansas can pull this upset. So my hot pick this week is Arkansas goes in to Ole Miss and takes a dub.
My hot pick is Tennessee over Georgia.
And then another great game because the SEC knows what they're doing. A&M travels to Notre Dame. Big game.
Ooh, that's gonna be a game.
That's a big game. That's the night game on NBC where
I'm watching that one, buddy.
A&M. I don't know how to feel about A&M still. Bias aside, Marcel Reed's looked improved. But, I mean, Moss hasn't really got cooking yet. He's a junior or senior. I think he's like a 3rd or 4th year starter. But he hasn't really got cooking yet. I am taking Notre Dame at home.
You're picking Notre Dame at home?
I'm taking Notre Dame at home.
Okay.
Granted, I know Notre Dame lost the first game, but I'm pretty high on that Miami team still. So I don't think that's a horrible loss, and it's not like they lost by a lot. It was a good game.
And the spread for that game is 7.
Yeah, I'm taking Notre Dame at home against A&M. I think it'll be a good game. I think Notre Dame might pull away at the end, but I think through the first 3 quarters we see a really physical game. Like, both those teams are physical defenses, and it's obviously just up to the offense. See what they do. See how Marcel Reed plays. He's the question mark for A&M. He was last year. I just don't think Reed's there quite yet. Moving on, we have Eastern Michigan versus Kentucky. Kentucky played a lot better game than I thought they would last week, so I don't see Eastern Michigan coming in and winning that game. I'm going Kentucky. Then we have Florida coming in to Baton Rouge against LSU. LSU is just more talented. If Florida keeps it close through the first half, 3rd quarter, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, even though they lost,
can you guess the spread on that one?
It's probably after they lost to USF. What, 13.5?
Lower.
10.5?
Lower.
What do they put? 5.5?
7.5. 7.5.
7? Really? Even after? Okay. I'm not mad at that. I mean, Florida played a close game with USF. I mean, Florida's still a Florida school. Like, they're going to have talent. But I don't see
pipeline down there, buddy.
I don't see them coming in to Baton Rouge and beating LSU. So I'm taking LSU, and I'm taking them by at least 10.
LSU by 10? That's fair.
I think they pull away at the end. I think LSU's too talented.
Add that to your parlays, fellas, or ladies, whoever's listening.
And then
that's a good pick.
We've got Vanderbilt traveling to South Carolina.
Either way type of game, you think?
No, but
can you guess? Wait. Can you guess the spread on this one?
I mean, that should be a little higher.
No.
What do they have that at?
5.5.
5.5 again? But, I mean, Vandy's a tough team. They're a vet team. But Sellers and Harbor and Isaiah Stewart.
They're talented. Very talented.
Was it Vashon, I believe, and those running backs? South Carolina should clean. But it's Vanderbilt, man. That's a gritty team.
The markets are saying it should be a close game, though. That's what the market's saying.
I think it's a hard-fought game, but once again, I think South Carolina, once again, talent prevails, and they're at home. South Carolina covers the spread. Vandy keeps it tight and close. You know, they're a rough team to play in the first half, but I would probably say it's at least a 7-point game for South Carolina. They just out-talent them.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
I agree.
And that would end the SEC slate. Like I said, man, the SEC These teams got
there's some bangers.
There's some matchups, man. There is some matchups.
It's gonna be a good weekend of football there in the
good
SEC.
Weekend of football in the SEC.
Big Ten is gonna be a little boring. It's gonna struggle a little bit, but SEC is going to pick us up. So thank you, SEC.
And by the way, man, I need you to see. I think after the end of week 2, after the Oklahoma Michigan games played out, I believe the SEC was 8-2 against P4 opponents. We're still the conference to beat.
We have won the last 2 national championships.
That's fantastic. Top to bottom, the SEC is still better than the Big Ten.
You know what Mima always used to tell me? She said it's not a streak until you hit 3. So maybe you're right. We got to hit 3, and then I can say we're the superior conference.
You guys are so top heavy, it's unbelievable. Top to bottom, the SEC is still the best conference.
Yeah, I can't even argue with that one. I'm not even gonna lie. I can't argue with that one.
Your top teams can play with anybody in the Big Ten, but from the top to the bottom, SEC for sure.
It's like, I don't know. There's just some historic teams in the Big Ten. That's really what it is. Like Wisconsin, Nebraska, us, of course, Ohio, Iowa. Like adding Oregon and UCLA, and that was cool. But
I mean, you guys have half of the top 10, but Illinois is not exactly a title contender. They're a really good team.
I just don't think they have the horses to get to that like semifinal.
That's where it kind of falls. Like you guys have a lot of,
even though they're
Penn State could make a semi, Ohio State could make a semi, Oregon, depending on how the trail
Michigan
ends up, couldn't.
Michigan. Let's not disrespect them. Respect them, King. Respect
Michigan
them.
cannot make a semifinal this year.
I can believe.
You can. Belief and blind faith are 2 different things.
Sure.
But I mean, it's an interesting year, man. Interesting year.
It is, and once again, I'm excited for this weekend. And while we got you, let me just say again, go ahead and just drop a sub down below. We'd appreciate it. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It won't do anything to you. It won't harm you. I promise you. You'll see more of our content, but it won't hurt you. Trust me. So we're going to go ahead and slide on into the Degenerate Corner for your betting needs. I wish this was provided by DraftKings, but it's not. I'm just looking at their market.
Maybe one day, man.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day. So this is Izz Lee's SEC parlay. I'll put it in the description just so if you want to tail that one, I think it's pretty solid. It's plus 871 odds. We got Notre Dame money line against Texas A&M. We have the Georgia money line at Tennessee. We have the Arkansas upset that he spoke of earlier, and then we have the LSU money line. So let's just go ahead and see. If you put $5, put $48 in your pocket. If you want to go crazy, I'm not the go crazy type of bettor, but I know some of you are. You want to put a little hundo on it, you win $971. I feel like that's a good, safe little parlay that Izz Lee put together there. Then we're going to switch over to the Big Dan parlay. Let me get it pulled up here. It was also very safe. I think I went with 3 legs. I did. I went with Michigan to cover against Central Michigan, 27.5. I have Ohio State to cover against Ohio, minus 31.5. And then I have the under for Wisconsin, Alabama at 46.5. If you put a little $5 down on that, you win $33. And Illinois did start taxing your bets. 25 cents on the end of your bet. So if you put $5 down, it'll be $5.25, and you'll win $33.77. It's not too bad. That's not too bad. Hopefully,
hey, Rich, I got a question on your bet.
What?
What did you say the Michigan spread was?
I knew that was coming. I think it was 27.5.
And they're playing who?
Central Michigan.
You think they can put up in the 30s?
Yes.
That's a genuine question because
yes, I do. I do.
I just want to check the temperature.
I do.
Justice Hayes must have 3 70-yard TDs because the way that
Bryce is gonna we're gonna look better this week. We need this game though. We need this Central Michigan game to iron some stuff out. But yeah, that was the Degenerate Corner. That's what we're gonna call it. That's what I decided we're gonna call it for your betting needs. DraftKings. Hopefully one day we can say brought to you by DraftKings, but we're not there yet. Other than that, Izz Lee, we covered just about everything. A little over an hour. That's perfect timing.
Is there any other? Looking at the schedule this week outside of the SEC, which seems to have all the big games, is there any other game you might be looking at this week?
Let me see. I'm gonna consume a lot of football, but
because when I'm looking at it, there's only really one other game I'm kind of interested in.
What is it?
There's two. I'm interested in seeing this Clemson Georgia Tech game because it's at Georgia Tech.
And Georgia Tech is a slept-on team, in my opinion.
I mean, the spread's only -3.5 for Clemson.
And Georgia Tech's not bad at all.
I mean, Georgia Tech, I know they barely beat Colorado, but they were also in Boulder. Then they put up 59 on Gardner Webb. But, I mean, that's an interesting game. I know Georgia Tech gave Georgia a lot of troubles last year. Sometimes Georgia Tech is really just a tough out because the way they play offense. They control the ball very well. They don't give you a ton of possessions. They don't give you a lot of chances to possess the ball or create turnovers. So I'm kind of interested in seeing that game. That's an 11 a.m. game on ESPN. And then the other one I'm kind of looking at, which might be crazy.
Oh, God.
It might be crazy. Because the spread looks nuts.
Which is?
But I'm kind of interested in Utah, Wyoming. The spread is -22.5 for Utah in Wyoming.
What? Why do you think that?
I'm kind of interested in this game.
Why?
Because I like Anderson. I like the Wyoming quarterback.
No, you just like because Josh Allen went there. You love Josh Allen.
No, and I like the running back. He's got almost 200
yards.
Wait,
you think they can cover, or you think they could win?
I think they could possibly pull an upset. I know it's
against
crazy.
Utah.
I know it's crazy.
Have you been drinking?
I know it's crazy. I said it's crazy. I know it's crazy.
There's no way.
I know it sounds crazy.
So that's your upset pick? Like that's your big take for the week?
That's a game I'm looking at. Just know that's a game I'm looking at.
And you said Georgia Tech, Clemson, another upset.
I said a possible upset. I'm not putting money on either of these games.
Hey, I'm throwing the house on Villanova beating Penn State.
Shut up.
Actually, the game I'm really interested in watching this weekend is Illinois State, Eastern Illinois. Roll Birds. I want to see the Birds win.
They're ranked 4th in the FCS. They should absolutely roll them.
They beat Morehead State 41-13 here in Normal. Glad to see. I love
Eastern isn't even in the top 25. They should absolutely
roll. Then they I can't wait till they play North Dakota State. Why are we talking about FCS? I'm sorry. Roll Birds, by the way. Roll Birds.
Like, what are we talking about? They should roll them.
Do you have any final remarks, Izz Lee?
Final remarks. Obviously, Texas fight.
This guy.
But I think we're gonna have a really, really crazy week 3, man. Because there are some matchups.
I'm excited.
There's some good matchups this weekend, man. You and your Big Ten boys out here playing patty cake while the real men get to work over in the SEC.
That's fine, and I'm going to enjoy consuming every bit and piece of football this weekend with some ice-cold beer, of course. Can't go wrong with that. Other than that, Izz Lee, what else you got? You got anything else?
No. It's kind of going as expected this year. We're seeing some top dogs maybe not come out firing because it's the first 2-3 games these guys are playing.
Yeah.
We've got our early season, team that's kind of surprising us, which we get every year. And this year it's USF.
Which is
so, insane. Honestly, college football is kind of just following the pattern. We got an early look at a team that might turn into something. And we got some powerhouse teams who look like they're figuring out. But we get that every year. People like to, overanalyze the first couple of weeks of college football. And people are thinking USF's just going to steamroll and turn into a top 5 team. The overreactions that we're used to.
Exactly.
So I think we're on par for what we're used to in college football. Nothing crazy has really happened to me yet.
On my thoughts, week 3 is going to be solid for the SEC. It's going to be really good.
Banger.
We're going to see how the SEC starts to, like, some of these teams, how they really are.
No one looks like a front runner yet for out of the top teams in the SEC.
No, and this weekend is gonna show a lot for for some of those teams. The Big Ten, we're chilling, bro. We're chilling. There's nothing except for Wisconsin. Wisconsin's the only one that's got a little trouble. But other than that, SEC, I can't wait to watch this weekend. It's gonna be a great weekend. It's the greatest time of the year, second to Christmas. College football season is just a great time. But as the weeks go on, we're gonna start seeing these teams start to shape up, see the conferences start to shape up, and I can't wait. But if Izz Lee has nothing else to say, I'm just going to get us on out of here. Again, this was the second ever episode of the Big SEC Show. We will be back after week 3 for our reactions, our picks, and we'll take you back on to the Degenerate Corner. Again, we thank you guys for taking a listen wherever and whenever you are listening. Once again, this is the Big SEC Show, and we'll get you out of here. You know what to do. Hail to the victor, hail to the country heroes, hail to Michigan, the leaders, and hail to the victor, hail to the country heroes, hail to Michigan, the champions of the show. I think we've got a song to sing. 1, 2, 3. Takes five, and it's goodbye to A&M. Takes five, and we'll put over one more win. Takes five, Texas 5. 4 6s that we love best. Give 'em hell, go Horns, go. It's goodbye to all the rest. Yay orange, yay white, yay Longhorns, fight. Takes fight, yay, takes fight, yay, takes fight. Like a knee. Go blue, and what do you say down south, Izzy?
Hook 'em.
All right, guys, thanks.